In this example, we want to rewrite each expression with positive exponents. So in part A, I see that this A is being raised to the negative 2 power. So remember, if you have a negative exponent, it moves down into the denominator if it's in the numerator, and it becomes positive. Now, in part B, there's a few things I'm going to focus on one at a time. So we have a fraction. The first thing I focus in on is 3 over 15. 3 over 15 as a fraction simplifies to be 1 over 5. Now, next thing I see is this A is being raised to the negative 3 power. So I'm going to move it down to the denominator. So this A is going to stay there. That's already in the denominator. And now the one from the top is going to move down, and it'll be positive. I'm also going to focus on this B to the negative 1. Since that exponent is negative in the denominator, I'll move it up to the numerator, and it will become positive. So notice this B to the 4th that's in the numerator is just hanging out right now. I'm not doing anything with it. And I'm moving B to the 1st to the numerator. Now I can simplify. My numerator now is 1b to the 5th if I add my exponents. And my denominator is 5a to the 4th. In part C, I'm raising everything in that fraction to this negative 1 power. So that becomes x to the negative 1 over 10 to the negative 1. So we don't want negative exponents. So this x to the negative 1, I'll move it down to my denominator, and it becomes x to the positive 1. This 10 to the negative 1, I move to my numerator, and it becomes 10 to the positive 1. And that's 10 over x. So now in part D, I see we have these powers being raised to a power. So I'm going to do those first. So now I have negative 2 to the 3rd. And then I have x squared cubed, which becomes x to the 6th because I multiply my exponents. I also have 4 to the negative 1 power now times x to the negative 3 if I multiply my exponents. So now what I want to do is simplify things one at a time. The first thing I'm going to focus on is negative 2 to the 3rd. I know that becomes negative 8. And then I can also simplify x to the 6th times x to the negative 3. If I add those exponents, 6 plus negative 3 is x to the 3rd. Now remember, we don't like negative exponents. So this 4 to the negative 1 is now going to move to a denominator I will create, which is 4 to the 1st. So to simplify, negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2, and we're still left with x to the 3rd.